Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Bulletonfire12 and welcome back to some more Modern Warfare 3. Now in today's video I'm going to do another discussion on what Infinity Ward is making for their next game. I've already done one discussion video already, and if you've missed that one I'll link it down in the video description below. Basically in that video I talked about what Infinity Ward could be making, whether it's Ghost 2, Modern Warfare 4 or something that's going to have a completely new title, but that will still follow up the events that happened in the Ghost campaign. Now basically I put that video out on Valentine's Day, which of course is February 14th. Now a couple of days before I put that video out, some information actually came out from Activision that I completely missed, and I've only just seen recently, literally only like maybe 2-3 days ago at the time of me recording this video. Now this information isn't a lot. It's not a lot we've got, but it does explain what we could expect from Infinity Ward later this year, and it does get you thinking a little bit. It certainly got me thinking a little bit. Now basically I saw a video with this information from someone who is called Chaos Silencer. Now he put out a video that is titled RIP Ghost 2 and Modern Warfare 4, COD 2016 huge confirmed announcement from Activision. Now in this video he shows a couple of statements from Activision and then a tweet that was put out on Twitter from Infinity Ward, and I'm going to read both of them out in this video for you guys to listen to, because it got me thinking a lot. So I'm just going to go read this out. So in the Activision statement that I'm reading here in Chaos Silence's video, it goes a little bit like this. In Q4 2016, Activision Publishing plans to release an innovative new Call of Duty game from its studio Infinity Ward, the makers of the Modern Warfare series. Then later on, Infinity Ward goes out on their Twitter and says this: COD 2016, now it's official. Can't wait to show you what we've been developing. Hashtag Call of Duty. Which obviously says a little bit about what we're going to expect already, but then there's something that worries me a little bit, which I'm going to cover a little bit right now. He also showed, Chaos Silencer I should say, he showed the definition of innovative, and this is where I start to get a little bit worried. Because innovative, the definition for it on Google says this: of a product or idea featuring new methods, advanced or original. Well, the second one that it says is of a person introducing new ideas that are original and creative in thinking. Now I'm going to explain why this slightly gets me worried a little bit, but what have we learned? Well, it does seem, from what we've seen from Activision, that the new innovative title from the studio, Infinity Ward, it does look like that Ghost 2 and Modern Warfare 4 are very unlikely to happen, just by seeing that. But for me, I see two options of what they're going to be doing. I see it as option number one is that the game is not going to be called Ghost 2, but it will still follow up the events that happened in the Ghost campaign, but it's just going to have a completely new name. Now I think that's the more sensible option of going about it, if they want to go down this route, because the second option, which is the option I don't think they should do, is that they're going to scrap everything that happened from their last game, which was Ghost. They're not going to follow up that story at all, and they're just going to make a completely new game from scratch. Now, I mean, yeah, sure they could do that and just start again, but at the same time, I think it would be better if they were going to follow up the story that happened in Ghost, but just give it a new name completely. Because, like I said in my previous video, and many other people have said this as well, they were just not happy with the way that the Ghost story ended, me included. I thought everything else about it was fine. For me personally, I thought everything else was good. I thought it was a nice story, but the ending just was such a disappointment. And if they were to scrap what happened completely and just make a new game from scratch and start again and just leave the ending the way they did, it would be stupid doing that, because a lot of people have said as well, they basically set it up for another story to happen that's going to link in with that one, and that is true. I mean, there's no way they could just leave it the way that they did. It would just be so stupid to do that, because so many people were just so upset and just not happy with the way that it ended. And, I've said this before, me included. So I see it as, okay, Ghost 2, Modern Warfare 4, that's not going to happen. Instead, they'll either make a new game from scratch that has nothing to do with Ghosts, or the next game that they're going to make is going to have basically the second part of the Ghost story, but will have a new name. So now, I said before, after reading the definition of what innovative means, I was worried. Now, I'm going to explain why I'm worried. The word advanced, and I said that a little bit differently compared to everything else, advanced, what does that make you think about what is going to happen in their next game? When I heard the word advanced, and actually saw the word advanced, because he actually put a screenshot of that definition that I just read out for you, it basically got me thinking of, oh, another futuristic game. That's what I saw. I mean, I could be wrong. It may not be set in the future, but for me, I saw it as, we're going to have another futuristic Call of Duty. Now, it's been all well and fine for these developers to be making futuristic games, because obviously we hadn't seen it before. We'd seen, games set in World War II, and then we had obviously had the Modern Warfare series. We've had mixed times that have both been in the past and the present, and then never before have we seen a futuristic game before. Then obviously Treyarch changed that with Black Ops 2, and then pretty much all the games after that have been set in the future. Although the word futuristic, for me, I see it as games that are set out far into the future, because of course Ghosts was set in the future as well, but it wasn't set that far in the future. I mean, we've almost reached when Ghosts is actually set, because it says that Ghosts is actually set in 2017, and that game came out in 2013. Next year is going to be 2017, but I mean, it's not set that far into the future compared to Black Ops 2, Advanced Warfare, and Black Ops 3 as well. But what I don't want to see is another futuristic game. I mean, yes, there have been some fun moments. It's definitely been interesting to see what these developers can do with a futuristic title and just, give a different perspective of what you can actually do with a futuristic title. And we've had some interesting stuff. Some people may not liked what we've seen, because obviously Exosuits had some mixed opinions in Advanced Warfare. Not everyone liked them, some people did. And then obviously with Black Ops 3 we've got wall running. Again, some people maybe prefer that over Exosuits, but from the next Call of Duty game, from Infinity Ward's next game that's going to be coming out later this year, I don't want to see any of that. I want to see a game that is going to be set either in the past, I don't mind when it's set in the past, or just set in the present day. I don't want to see another futuristic one. I mean, if they want to keep doing futuristic titles, fine, but I want this next game to not be set in the future. I want it to go back to the past. I want it to go back to, the present day. And I definitely don't want, especially, another futuristic movement. I don't want to see anything like Exosuits or wall running. I just want to see normal running on the ground, boots on the ground style that I've said before in other videos. I just want to see the normal, movement. Like we've got here in Modern Warfare 3. I just want normal running on the ground. That's what I want to see in the next one. And, I'd like to see Infinity Ward have a game that's actually got, quite a lot of good maps, because Ghosts didn't have that many good maps. It had some good maps, but there were a lot of maps I found in that game that were just not very fun to play on, and some of them were way too big. I mean, the one that comes to mind right now is definitely Stonehaven. It had a very interesting setting for the map, but it was just so big, and that map just did not need to be as big as it did. Big maps, I'm not a fan of massively huge wide open space maps. I want it to be at least a medium sized type map. Ghost had some of those maps, but I just weren't happy with most of the maps in Ghost. And definitely the colour scheme. I definitely want Infinity Ward to have a nice colour scheme in their maps, like Modern Warfare 2 had. The maps in Modern Warfare 2 were really nicely colourful and all that stuff. I mean, I don't hate any map in Modern Warfare 2. I used to hate some maps. I used to hate Subbase, for example, and there was another map I used to hate as well, but I can't remember what it was. But, after some time, actually, the maps grew on me a little bit, and, I liked them. But obviously, with Modern Warfare 3, there were a few maps I didn't like, and I still don't like them to this day. And as well as Ghost, there were quite a few maps in Ghost that I just did not like at all, and I still don't like them to this day either. So I want some good maps that are a reasonable size, nice and colourful, and I just want them to play good. And I think another thing that people want is kill streaks that are fun to use, because Ghost did not have the best set of kill streaks. There were some that were okay, like, what was it called? The Trinity Rocket. I mean, the Trinity Rocket was okay. Then there was the Battle Hind. What else was there? I mean, God, there was sort of alright. Kilo Pilot as well. Specialist I didn't find as fun to use. It was way more fun to use in Modern Warfare 3, but at least they toned down support in Ghost, because it was a little too abusive in Modern Warfare 3, so I'm glad they did that. But have some fun kill streaks in the game. That's what a lot of people want. Something else I definitely want is for the next game to just be a next-gen thing only. I don't want to see, you know, their next game to be put out on last gen, because like we've had experience with Advanced Warfare, the game does not run as smoothly as compared to what it does on next gen. I've seen plenty of footage of people making videos of Advanced Warfare on like PS4, Xbox One, and it just runs so much more smoothly compared to PS3 and Xbox 360. And you know, even with Black Ops 3, there's stuff that can't even fit into the game. So for the next game, Infinity Ward, just make it a next gen only. Obviously, it would mean I would need to hurry up and actually get a PS4 because I still haven't got one yet. But, you know, within good times, these things are still a little, you know, they're not cheap, these things. And, you know, not everyone can afford to upgrade yet. And, you know, me especially, I've not had the chance to upgrade yet. So, yeah, just keep it next gen and everything, because these games, they're made for next gen and they run so much more better on these consoles. And something else I would like is the variety in weapons, because if you look at some of the games, you know, the more recent CODs, the secondary weapons list is so just, there's nothing there. And if you look at Modern Warfare 2, for example, there was such a variety in the secondary weapons. They were all spread out. You know, you had like your pistols, launchers, shotguns, machine pistols, I think that was the other one. You know, I want to have those sets of weapons, you know, still in there. And Ghosts, that had a lot of variety in weapons. You know, it had its normal submachine guns, light machine guns, snipers, marksman rifles, shotguns, pistols, launchers, all that stuff. But I want it to be spread out so that weapons that are made to be used as primary weapons, they stay as primary weapons, and then you have weapons that should stay as secondaries. I want that to be the way that it was in Modern Warfare 2, because I thought they had it perfectly in that game. In other games it was okay, but I definitely want more variety in secondary weapons, because secondary weapons just don't play a big part in, you know, the more modern CODs these days. And a couple of other things I would like, can we have pro perks again? Does anyone like pro perks? Because I thought pro perks were good, you know. I mean, just keep it to the sort of, you know, Modern Warfare style of pro perks, because obviously the Black Ops one, they were okay, but some of them were very hard to get, and it was very tedious when you obviously prestige and then you have to do all those challenges again. So just keep it to obviously the Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 pro perks. I mean, I would love to see pro perks come back in, because I thought they were cool. And definitely bring back Drop Zone, because Drop Zone obviously is an Infinity Ward only exclusive game mode, and that game mode is so much fun. I mean, I love playing it in Modern Warfare 3. I had fun playing it in Ghosts as well, but I definitely want to see Infinity Ward bring back Drop Zone, because obviously that is a game mode that they've only put out. Treyarch haven't done it, and Sledgehammer have not done it, so definitely bring back Drop Zone. Put Infected in there as well. I mean, Modern Warfare 3 Infected has still been the best out of Ghosts and Advanced Warfare Infected. Modern Warfare 3 was so much better, but still bring Infected back anyway. I mean, that's just a couple of things that I want to see from their next game, but that is the information that we've got. I'm sure later on more information is going to come out, so that is going to wrap up this video, basically. So it definitely does look like that it won't be Modern Warfare 4 or Ghost 2 from the very little information that we've got so far, but it could either be something completely new that they're going to start from scratch, or it will follow up the events that happened in the Ghost campaign. But anyway, that is going to be this second video on me talking about Infinity Ward's new game, so hopefully you have all enjoyed it, and remember to leave a like rating and subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below what do you think about this information that we've received, and share some thoughts of what you would like to see from their next game as well. Those were some of my thoughts that I'd like to see from their next game. Definitely let me know about that in the comment section below. But anyway, for now, it is goodbye from me. I shall see all of you guys very soon with my next video. So take care, guys, and goodbye.